ini Bu
Ini
Dokter.
kayaknya ada apa, Miss Mary?
Masih
Enggak, ini
panas Bu
soal
Rika
TA,
sama
Bu.
materi sebelumnya.
Seri, Bu. Soal anak-anak.
Ya, ya nggak apa-apa ya. Itu
Ya.
unek-unek aja. Pasti ada apa ya? Permasalahan ya? Apa masalah UN?
Iya,
TKA,
Bu.
TKA,
Maksudnya
TKA.
TKA.
masalah TKA, Mem.
Oh iya,
Iya.
TKA.
itu apa
Ya.
ya? Kayaknya momok banget ya. Terkadang
Iya.
itu ya. Terkadang tidak apa ya? Soal-soalnya itu tidak ada yang keluar dari yang guru ajarkan. Itu tidak.
Betul
Betul.
sekali,
Iya.
Mem. Betul.
Sama hampir kayak zaman dulu, Ibu. UN kan gitu, yang dipelajarin apa, yang keluar apa. Sama aja, Bu,
Iya,
sebenarnya.
iya
Ya itu.
betul. Nah itu harusnya bagaimana ya koordinasinya ya?
Ya makanya
Koordinasinya. Hmm,
pemerintahnya aja diem-diem baik. Jadi kan yang pusing kan kepala sekolah sama gurunya juga, ya kan?
betul. Ini misalnya tumben amat, tumben bahasanya kayak Betawi tadi.
Habis, habis maksudnya saya keselnya gini loh. Jadi anak-anak tuh kayak ngerasa, ya itu tadi Pak Arif bilang, udahlah gue nggak bakalan bisa masuk ke PTN ini. Ya udah ngapain gue ikut? Kayak kan kayak gitu Bu. Jadi anak kan nggak ada effort gitu loh. Jadi
Betul.
mereka hanya ke sekolah itu kayak rutinitas gue sebagai siswa. Habis itu pulang tuh juga nggak ada UN, nggak ada apa-apa. Ya udah gitu. Jadi kayak
Iya,
nggak ada effort gitu loh. Itu yang bikin
betul.
saya kayaknya kesel banget. Ini pemerintah makin bukannya mencerdaskan bangsa tapi membondokkan anak bangsa. Sebel banget kalau matanya kayak gitu.
Ditambah sekarang nggak boleh tidak menaik kelaskan anak.
Nah, betul. Anak nggak bisa ngitung, nggak bisa baca, lu harus tetap naikin. Logika yang waras, men. Gimana mas? Gue nggak ngerti juga sih otaknya
Enggak.
pemerintah.
Untuk yang ini
Itu
saya
kaitannya
kurang
dengan
setuju.
wajar 9 tahun.
Enggak,
Belajar
saya nggak
wajib
setuju nih
9
kalau
tahun.
anak harus naik kelas. Saya nggak setuju.
Iya.
Izin Bu
Apa?
Dokter,
Iya,
saya luruskan dulu
silakan.
nih.
Iya, yuk,
Jadi,
Pak Arif.
anak harus naik kelas itu sebenarnya amanah buat Bapak Ibu guru. Bapak Ibu guru, anak-anak harus naik kelas ya. Jadi kalau anak belok dikit, lempengin lagi. Anak malas, motivasi lagi biar dia naik kelas. Itu amanah. Anak belum bisa baca, ayo suruh dia bisa baca. Anak belum tahu, kasih dia tahu biar dia naik kelas. Begitu. Kalau dia ada yang bikin dia tidak naik kelas, satu, tawuran, dua, narkoba, tiga, asusila, itu udah jebret tidak naik kelas. Begitu. Kalau masih dia satu tambah satu masih 13 hasilnya, anak itu akan pintar pada waktunya. Izinkan dia naik. Kira-kira seperti itu. Selama dia daftar hadirnya ada, kemudian kelakuannya baik, perilakunya baik, boleh naik kelas. Kira-kira begitu, Bu Mary. Jadi,
Oh,
anak naik kelas itu, anak tidak boleh tinggal kelas itu adalah amanah buat Bapak Ibu guru. Makanya Bapak Ibu guru jangan pada santai-santai, kan udah dapat gaji, udah dapat TPP, udah dapat sertifikasi.
saya
Kira-kira
nggak dapet ya.
begono.
Saya nggak dapet ya. Gua nggak dapet ya Pak Arif ya.
Oh iya ya.
Nah, ini bijak sekali ya yang disampaikan oleh Pak Arif. Ya ada benarnya juga. Seperti itu tadi yang digarisbawahi adalah yang tidak naik kelas adalah yang melanggar asusila, yang suka bolos gitu. Tapi kalau misalnya rajin masuknya ya, lalu tadi ya cuma ada kesalahan-kesalahan ya mungkin itu tadi ya effort seorang guru harus apa? Sabar. Sabar untuk mengajarkannya. Gitu. Tapi memang ya itu kan cuma sebatas omongan ya, tapi kan di fakta di lapangan adalah guru-gurunya juga kan akan capek.
Iya,
Gitu.
capek lah dia lagi. Maksudnya
Hmm,
dia lagi gitu kan ya Bu.
mm-mm.
Gitu.
Betul.
Iya.
Kalau kepala sekolah sih enak tinggal nyuruh-nyuruh ya Bu ya.
Iya.
Loh,
Yang
bukannya
itu
Pak
kan
Arif
kepala
kepala sekolah?
sekolah. Iya. Jangan bikin gua ngiri ya. Isi ente kepala sekolah, aneh guru pala siang.
Ini nanti juga Miss Mary bisa loh ya someday to be headmaster.
Waduh,
Bisa.
pada kabur Bu saya. Yang ada gurunya pada resign sama saya.
Makanya jangan galak-galak.
Iya, iya.
Nah, baik Bapak Ibu kita bisa mulai sekarang.
Iya, Ibu.
Bisa.
Iya. Gimana Bapak Ibu baik ya kabarnya ya?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so now we continue our studies. Who will present today, Bapak Ibu?
Group 3.
Ya, group 3. So who are they?
To who?
Because no one share us PPT slide-nya belum ada
Oh,
di grupnya.
oh gitu.
Oh, Pak.
Saya,
Satu.
Bu Fitri, dan
Hmm.
satu lagi Bu Sofi.
Oh ya. Ini kok nggak ada fotonya Pak Tuhu?
Ya,
Tidak ada fotonya. Foto
ya
Pak
foto mana?
Tuhu,
Belum
foto
sempat
para personil.
Foto personel.
Baring. Lagi tiduran Bu dia.
Iya. Ini biar keren, tambah keren.
Sudah terlihat belum teman-teman?
Sudah, sudah.
Sudah terlihat ya?
sudah
Iya.
Pak.
Izin Bu Dokter Nurjana, bisa dimulai atau bagaimana?
Ya, oke bisa silakan Pak.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, let us express our gratitude to God for giving us the opportunity to gather here today in good health. It is my pleasure to welcome all participants. My name is Tuhu, and I will be your moderator for today's presentation. In this session, before we step to the topic of the conversation, I would like to introduce my group members. The first is myself, Tuhu, and also accompanied by Fitri Maudia and Sofiatul Ilmah. The topic of the presentation is the concept and application of CLT, Communicative Language Teaching, and TBLT, Task-Based Language Teaching. Before we begin, I would like to briefly explain the flow of the session. First, the presenters will deliver the presentation, and after that, we will open a question and answer session for the audience. Let's begin the presentation. The outline of the presentation: one is background, two, objective of the presentation, three, communicative language teaching, CLT, consisting of A, definition of CLT, B, key principles of CLT, C, components of communicative competence, D, role of teacher and students, E, CLT classroom activities. 4, task-based language teaching, or TBLT, consisting of A, definition of a task, B, TBLT framework, C, examples of TBLT activities, 5, comparison, comprising A, similarities of CLT and CBLT, B, differences of CLT and CBLT, C, application in English language teaching, D, advantages and challenges, 6 is conclusion, and 7 is references. Language teaching methods have changed over time as educators better understand how language are learned. In the past, traditional methods were commonly used in language classrooms. These methods focus mainly on grammar rules and translation activities. Students usually memorize vocabulary, learn grammar patterns, and translate text into their native language. Although these methods help students understand language structure, they give limited opportunities to practice real communication. Later, educators realized that learning a language also means being able to communicate effectively. This idea led to the development of modern language teaching approaches. These approaches emphasize communication and the use of language in real-life situations. Students are encouraged to participate in discussion, role plays, and group activities. Such activities help learners improve their communicative competence. Two popular modern approaches are communicative language teaching, CLT, and task-based language teaching, or TBLT. CLD focuses on developing students' ability to communicate in authentic situations. TBLD uses meaningful tasks such as solving problems or completing projects in learning process. These approaches encourage students to actively use the language during learning activities. As a result, students can develop both fluency and confidence in using language. The objectives of the presentation: first, explain the concept of communicative language teaching, or CLT. Second, explain the concept of task-based language teaching, or TBLT. Third, identify the characteristics of both approaches. Fourth, discuss their application in English language teaching. Communicative language teaching, CLT, is a language teaching approach that focuses on developing learners' communicative competence. This means that students are expected not only to understand grammatical rules, but also to be able to use the language effectively in real communication. In this approach, language learning is seen as a process of interaction where students actively use the target language to express ideas, share opinions, and exchange information. Teachers usually create activities that allow students to practice speaking and interacting with others in meaningful situations. CLD also encourages learners to use language for real communication rather than simply memorizing grammar rules. The emphasis is placed on understanding and conveying meaning in different contexts. Therefore, classroom activities often include discussions, role plays, problem-solving tasks, and group work that require students to communicate with their classmates. Through these activities, students develop both fluency and confidence in using language in everyday communication situation. Key principles of CLT. Communicative language teaching is an approach to language teaching that focuses on developing communicative competence. Communicative competence refers to the ability to use language appropriately in real communication. In this approach, students learn not only the structure of language, but also how to use it in meaningful interaction. CLT encourages learners to use language as a tool for communication. Students are motivated to express their ideas, opinions, and feelings through the target language. As a result, learning activities focus on interaction between students and the use of language in practical situations. Another important principle of CLT is the emphasis on meaning rather than memorization of grammar rules. Students are encouraged to understand the message that is being communicated. Grammar is still learned, but it is taught in a way that supports communication. In CLT classroom, teachers often use activities that promote communication. These activities may include discussions, role play, and group work. Through these interactive activities, students can develop fluency, confidence, and the ability to communicate effectively. The next slide will be explained further by my co-speaker or presenter, Mrs. Fitri. Miss Fitri, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Pak Tuhu. I will continue the presentation. Next slide, please. Components of communicative competence. According to Cannell and Swain, 1980, communicative competence include first, grammatical competence. This is the ability to use correct grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and sentence structure. In other words, it is about knowing the rules of the language. For example, using the correct tenses in a sentence like, she goes to school every day. And then the second one is socio-linguistic competence. This is the ability to use language appropriately based on the social context. It means understanding how to speak differently depending on who you are talking to, such as friends, teachers, or strangers. For example, saying, could you help me please, instead of help me in a polite situation. And then the third one is discourse competence. This is the ability to connect sentences and ideas smoothly to create meaningful communication. It focuses on coherence and cohesion in speaking and writing. For example, using linking words like first, then, however, and finally to make ideas clear and organized. And then the last one is strategic competence. This is the ability to use strategies to overcome communication difficulties. For example, when you forget a word, you can explain it in another way, use gestures, or ask for clarification like, what do you call? Maybe like that. And then the next one, please. Next slide, Pak. Next, role of teacher and students. In this slide, I will explain the role of both teacher and the students in learning process, especially in communicative language teaching. First, let's talk about the teacher's roles. Teacher's roles. The first one is the teacher acts as a facilitator, which means the teacher provides support and creates a comfortable learning environment. The teacher doesn't only give information but helps students learn actively. Second, the teacher is a guide. This means the teacher directs students in the learning process, give instructions, and helps them when they face difficulties. And then the third one, teacher as a communicator. The teacher models good communication by using clear and appropriate language, so students can learn how to communicate effectively. Now let's move to the students' roles. Students are active participants. This means they are not passive. They are involved in activities such as discussion, role plays, and group work. Next, students are negotiators of meaning. This means they try to understand and be understood by others. They ask questions, clarify ideas, and interact with their friends. Finally, the students are also communicators. They use the language to express their ideas, opinions, and feelings in a real communication. So in this approach, both teachers and students play important roles to create an effective and interactive learning environment. Next slide, Pak. Next, this one, CLT, classroom activities. Classroom activities used in communicative language teaching, or CLT. These activities focus on improving students' ability to communicate in real-life situations. The first activity is role play. Role play. In the role play, students act out different situations such as ordering food or asking for direction. This helps them practice real communication in a fun and interactive way. The second activity is interview. In this activity, students ask and answer questions with their partners. It helps improve speaking skills and builds confidence in using English. Next is group discussion. Students work together to share ideas, give opinions, and solve problems. This activity encourages interactions and helps students learn from each other. And then another activity is problem-solving task. Students are given a problem and they need to find a solution together. This develop critical thinking as well as communication skills. And then finally, there is the information gap activity. In this activity, each student has different information and they must communicate to complete the task. This encourages real communication because students need each other's information. Next slide. Okay, text-based language teaching or TBLT. First, let's look at the definition of TBLT. TBLT is an approach that uses tests as the main part of teaching. This means students learn a language by doing meaningful activities, not just by memorizing grammar. It also encourages learners to use a language actively to communicate, and it focuses on meaningful communication rather than only form or structure. Now let's move to the definition of a text. A text is an activity where students use language for a real purpose. A task usually has three main characters. First, it focuses on meaning. So students try to understand and express ideas. Second, it has clear communicative purpose, such as asking for information or giving opinions. And then the third one is produce an outcome or result like a plan, a report, or a solution. There are also some examples of tasks. For example, planning a trip, where students discuss and decide places to visit. Another example is conducting a survey where students ask questions and collect information, and also solving a real life problem where students work together to find solution. So in TBLT, learning happens through doing tasks and students develop their language skills naturally through communication. Next one. TBLT framework. The framework of TBLT on Willis 1996, TBLT includes three stages. The first stage is pre-task stage. In this stage, the teacher introduces the topic and explains the task to the students. The teacher may also give examples or model the activity so students understand what they need to do. The second stage is the task cycle. This is the main part of the lesson. In this stage, students do the task usually in pairs or groups. They discuss, share ideas, and use English actively. After that, students plan how to report their result, and then they present their work to the class. This helps improve both speaking and confidence. And then the third stage is the language focus. In this stage, the teacher and students reflect on the language used during the test. The teacher highlights important vocabulary, grammar, or expressions and helps students improve their accuracy. So this TBLT framework shows that students first prepare, then practice through tasks, and finally improve their language through reflection and analysis. Next one. Okay, example of TBLT activities. Task-based language teaching activities. The task is planning a school event. This is a real-life task, encourages students to use English in a meaningful way. There are several steps in this activity. First one, Students discuss ideas in group. They share their opinions and suggestions about the event, such as the theme, activities, or location. This step helps students practice speaking and expressing ideas. And then the second one is students design a plan for the event. They work together to decide the details such as the schedule, roles, and responsibilities. This encourages collaboration and problem solving. And then the third one is group present their ideas. Students explain their plans to the class. This step helps improve their confidence and public speaking skills. And then the fourth one is the teacher provides feedback on language use. The teacher focuses on correcting mistakes and giving suggestions to improve students' grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. So through this activity, through this TBLT activity, students learn English by doing a meaningful task and actively communicating with others. Okay, the next one will be continued by Miss Sophie. Miss Sophie, please welcome.
Okay, I will continue the presentation. The first one is comparison, similarity of CLT and CBLT. It consists of four. The first one is emphasize communication. This means the main goal is for students to use English to talk and understand others, not just memorize grammar. Students practice speaking, listening, and expressing ideas in real situation. And the second one promotes student-centered learning. In this approach, students are more active than the teacher. They participate, ask questions, and share ideas, while the teacher becomes a guide or facilitator. The third one is encourage interaction and collaboration. Students work together, such as a pair or group. They discuss, share opinions, and help each other learn. So learning becomes more social and engaging. And the last one, use real-life language context. Students learn English through situations they may face in real life, like recording food, asking for direction, or talking about daily activities. This makes learning more usable and meaningful. Next slide. And this is the differences between CLT and CBLT, and the aspect focus, and for CLT communication, and the CBLT text completion. And the structure in CLT flexible, and in CBLT structure around text. And the aspect of activities in CLT communicative exerts, and the CBLT text-based activities. Presentation. Application in English language teaching can be applied in CLT and TBLT through group discussion, role-playing activities, problem-solving text, project-based learning, real-life communicative activities, and this approach helps students practice speaking, listening, reading, and writing in an integrated way. Next slide. There's advantage and challenges. The first one is improve communicative and competence and increase student participation and make learning more engaging and meaningful. And the challenges, large classroom size and limited time for communicative activities. And the last one, differences in student proficiency. The conclusion of CLT and TBLT are important approaches in modern language teaching, but emphasize meaningful communication and real-life language use. When applied and effectively, they can significantly improve student communicative and competence. It can be concluded, CLT and TBLT are important approach in modern language teaching because they help students learn English in more effective and practical way. Both methods focus on meaningful communication and real-life language use. So students learn how to use English in everyday situation, not just memorize grammar rules. When teachers apply these approaches effectively, students can improve their ability to speak, understand, and use English with confidence in real-life communication. And that's from our presentation. And now, question and answer session. Maybe some of you will give me a question.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, Miss Esther.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation today. It was really easy to understand about CLT and TBLT. I wanna ask a question about CLT and TBLT based on your teaching experience or observation. What challenges might arise when implementing CLT and TBLT, and how would you address them? Thank you.
Okay, maybe another question.
Mr. Arif, you want to ask question, please? State your question.
Okay, I want to ask, how do socioculture theory principles support the implementation of TBLT?
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Arif. The next participant who want to ask is Ms. Rahmati. Please.
Okay, thank you for your clear explanation. I want to know your group opinion in your professional context. How can technology support the implementation of CLT and TBLT? That's it.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Emma. Next question will be Ms. Nurlina.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. It is very good. And I have only a simple question. Reflect on a situation where students reluctant to participate in communicative activities. And the question is, how would the CLT or TBLT address this issue? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there any question from other participants? Ms. Rahayu, please. Ms. Rahayu. Please open your mic. You still unmute, Ms. Rahayu. Hello. Please unmute your microphone, Ms. Rahayu. Okay, while waiting for Ms. Rahayu, there are 4 questions to our group's presentation from Ms. Esther, Mr. Arif, Ms. Nurlina, and Ms. Emma. The first question will be answered by Ms. Sophie. Maybe you can answer the first question, please.
Okay, I will answer Miss Esther question. The question is, based on your teaching experience or observation, what challenges might arise when implementing CLT and TBLT, and how would you address them? Is that your question, Miss?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. The answer is, challenges may include limited time, curriculum constraint, student low proficiency, and lack of teacher training. This can be addressed by integrated communicative element into existing lesson, providing scaffolding and gradually introducing and text-based activities. Teacher development program also essential to build confidence and competence in applying this approach. That's the answer, Miss. Is it enough?
Okay, thank you, Miss Sophie.
Okay, the next question from Mr. Arif. I try to answer his question. The question is, how do social culture theory principles support the implementation of TBLT? Social cultural theory emphasizes the role of social interaction and scaffolding in learning. TBLT aligns with this perspective by encouraging collaborative tasks, peer interaction, and teacher guidance within the zone of proximal development or ZPD. Through interaction, learners construct knowledge and gradually internalize language forms, making TBLT a social mediated learning approach. That is the answer for your question, Mr. Arif. Is it clear enough? Mr. Arif, is it clear enough for the answer from your question?
Yes, sir. I think it's enough.
Thank you.
Clear. Thank you.
And
Okay, for the next questions from Miss Emma, the question is, how can technology support the implementation of CLT and TBLT, right? That's right. In professional context, yeah. Okay. Technology can enhance CLT and TBLT by providing interactive and authentic communication opportunities. Tools such as discussion forums and then video conferencing and language learning applications enable real-time interaction and maybe task completion beyond the classroom. For instance, students can engage in online role plays or collaborative projects which support meaningful communication and learner autonomy. Like that.
okay, thank you, Ms. Fitri. And the last question is from Ms. Nurlina. The fourth question will be answered by Ms. Sophie. Please, Ms. Sophie.
Okay, I will answer Miss Lina's question. The question is, how would CLT and or TBLT address this issue? Right, Miss? Is that your question? And the answer is, student reluctance may stem from anxiety, low confidence, or unfamiliarity with communicative method. CLT and TBLT address this by creating a supportive environment, using low-risk tasks, and gradually increasing complexity. Pair work and small group interaction can reduce pressure, while meaningful and engaging tasks can be increased motivation and participation. This is
Okay, thank you very much for Ms. Sophie and Ms. Fitri. That is the presentation from Group 3, Dr. Nurjana. If there is some mistake, please forgive us and please add some information for this presentation. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bapak Ibu, fokus the topic for today only TBLT and CLT. Nah, kalau CLT memang kita tahu kan, ya untuk apa sih communication gitu kan, komunikatif. Nah, tapi kalau TBLT itu apa? Fokus on task. Jadi di mana kalau misalnya TBLT berarti seorang guru itu harus merancang tugas tesnya itu seperti apa ya untuk siswanya. Nah, kalau apa ya, CLT, ya CLT itu artinya semua siswa ya bisa untuk kita terapkan, misalnya tadi untuk komunikasi gitu kan. Tapi kalau TBLT ini ya harus ada rancangan betul-betul nih, kira-kira yang pas yang mana sih untuk pembuatan soal ini. Ya, karena kan fokus kepada tes gitu kan, task. Kemudian kalau misalnya Bapak Ibu yang diterapkan di sekolah apa? CBLT? Tapi kita
Campuran kadang-kadang
campuran
campuran.
ya.
Iya.
Iya. Karena memang kita kan tidak hanya kepada praktek apa speaking ya, communication, tapi juga harus ada tadi tes-tesnya itu kan, soal-soalnya supaya mereka apa bisa apa sih? Bapak Ibu kalau apa sih tujuannya membuat soal itu, Bapak Ibu? Kenapa sih harus ada tes gitu? Tujuannya
Mengetahui kemajuan siswa, mengetahui kemampuan siswa dalam eh, topik atau hal tertentu gitu.
betul. Ya, untuk mengukur atau untuk tadi ya mengetahui sejauh mana sih kemampuan siswa dalam apa ya, dalam memahami pelajaran kita. Untuk mengukur. Artinya di sini apa? Ya selalu ada diberikan berupa apa tadi ya? Berupa tes lah gitu. Karena kalau misalnya tidak ada tes gimana Bapak Ibu bisa mengukurnya gitu kan? Tapi gini Bapak Ibu ya, tes itu kan tidak hanya berupa apa written test kan, bisa dengan tadi orally. Kalau speaking kan bisa kita apa ya, mengukur kemampuannya dengan ajak bicara aja. Itu kan bisa kita gunakan untuk mengukur tes juga, mengukur kemampuan siswa. Gitu. Nah, kalau teman-teman bagaimana di kelas? Apakah apa ya? Pasti kan kita kalau misalnya di kelas tidak mungkin only one teaching method kan, kita gunakan apa variasi metodenya. Nah, jadi Bapak Ibu suka yang mana nih gitu?
Kalau dari saya di lapangan, karena saya kan nggak di sekolahan ya,
Ya,
Bu Dokter. Kebetulan kalau saya
tapi
itu di Bimba Ayu EO. Jadi kalau si ILT-nya itu melalui pendekatan gitu. Jadi melalui pendekatan karakter. Kemudian memang kalau di Bima ini kita menjauhkan dari segala bentuk penilaian gitu, supaya tidak ada orang tua yang membandingkan antara anak A dan anak B. Jadi TBLT-nya itu menggunakan konsep evaluasi, tapi hanya berdasarkan, tidak berbentuk nilai, hanya berdasarkan kayak sertifikat aja seperti itu, hanya untuk bukti bahwa anak ini sudah menyelesaikan tahap level 1 seperti itu. Jadi memang tidak ada penilaian secara khusus atau spesifik bahwa anak A nilainya segini-segini gitu, tidak ada. Nah, kemudian untuk teks, untuk apa sih namanya, tugas hariannya itu sebagai bentuk anak itu sudah menyelesaikan tugas, fasilitator atau guru itu hanya memberikan bintang seperti itu. Gitu. Memang berbeda dengan sekolah formal.
iya, oke, thank you ya, Bu Tapi sudah apa ya? Sudah berbagi pengalamannya. Jadi di sini memang ya apa ya, depend on apa kebijakan dari masing-masing lembaga. Ya, kalau misalnya di sekolah kan biasanya ada ya spesifik angkanya. Oh, misalnya Shopee ini dapat nilai 100. Nah, lalu Patuhu misalnya nilai 990. Nah, di sini ya pasti mungkin pernah nggak Bapak Ibu dapat komplain dari siswanya? Karena pastinya kalau kita memberikan umpan balik ya, misalnya kasih apa hasil ulangannya nih 90 ada yang 100. Nah, mereka pasti apa compare kan antara jawaban yang satu yang lainnya kok bisa berbeda atau sama tapi nilainya berbeda. Ada yang seperti itu Bapak Ibu? Kalau tadi
Izin untuk sharing, Bu. Ya,
eh, sering.
ya, sharing.
Oh
Artinya
iya.
sharing pengalaman di kelas.
Oh iya, sharing ya. Silakan
Ya,
gimana, Pak Tuhu?
eh, dalam penilaian itu memang terbagi beberapa ya. Artinya kalau misalkan dilihat kan ada nilai formatif dan
Iya,
nilai sumatif ya.
iya.
Kemudian di dalam eh, penilaian itu waktunya kan juga beda-beda. Di dalam nilai formatif itu di dalamnya ada penilaian yang dilakukan dengan cara menilai dengan berbagai bentuk cara penilaian dan juga ada juga penilaian yang lain artinya dengan apa namanya pengamatan, kemudian praktek dan macam-macam gitu. Sedangkan penilaian-penilaian yang berkaitan dengan bahasa Inggris itu juga tidak hanya menilai untuk pengetahuannya saja, tetapi juga kompleks lah semuanya dinilai gitu. Dan itu biasanya dalam memformulasikan nilai raport itu terdiri dari nilai tugas, kemudian nilai harian atau formatif itu, ditambah nilai tengah semester itu, dan juga nilai SAS-nya, nilai akhirnya, dan itu terakumulasi menjadi nilai raport. Kemudian ketika menilai dalam satu sesi atau formatif itu paling tidak ada instruksi yang jelas dulu, kemudian alatnya itu yang diukur juga jelas disampaikan, kemudian hasilnya disampaikan. Setelah itu dikasih feedback, artinya nilainya itu masih perlu ditingkatkan, kemudian nilainya itu sudah bagus, perlu dipertahankan, dan memberikan tanda jempol atau memberikan tanda bintang bagi yang nilai-nilainya sudah maksimal gitu. Jadi tadi yang kaitannya yang ditanyakan tadi, sering nggak anak komplain? Tidak, karena kita sudah memberikan awal tadi instruksinya yang benar, kemudian alat ukurnya juga udah benar, dan juga hasilnya diberikan, dikoreksi, dan juga ada feedbacknya gitu. Terima kasih.
Oke, makasih Pak Tuhu. Jadi tadi ya untuk apa ya avoiding komplain dari siswa ya berarti tadi ya dikasihkan beberapa apa ya aturan peraturan tentang penilaian. Nah, seperti itu. Ya bagus sekali Pak Tuhu. Oke, yang lainnya Bapak Ibu. Oh iya, eh, tadi juga sudah sampaikan sama Pak Tuhu bahwa kalau membuat soal itu harus apa ya harus jelas gitu ya harus jelas terukur seperti itu karena ada Bapak Ibu di level SD sebentar saya cek dulu deh ada di level SD itu untuk memberikan soalnya itu harusnya kan sesuai dengan pemahaman anak-anak ya sebentar saya cari dulu. Jadi dengan apa ya biasnya soal yang ada, nah siswa biasanya salah karena kan apa ya karena kan imbas dari soalnya yang kurang apa ya kurang dipahami. Sebentar kok saya belum ketemu. Soalnya ini menarik. Nah ini coba ya Bapak Ibu ya. Udara di pegunungan sangat dingin. Sedangkan udara di pantai terasa titik-titik. Nah, pertanyaannya gini. Ya, lawan kata dari kata yang dicetak tebal. Nah, yang dicetak tebal adalah sangat dingin gitu ya. Yang dicetak tebal adalah sangat dingin. Nah, pertanyaannya, lawan kata dari kata dicetak tebal adalah nah, ini jawabannya adalah gini. Adalah cetak tipis gitu. Paham nggak Bapak Ibu?
Oh,
Jadi, iya. Jadi di sini, iya ini apa ya, pertanyaannya ya kan lawan kata dari kata dicetak tebal adalah, nah ini jawabannya cetak tipis gitu.
Betul,
Sudah.
salah.
Ya sebenarnya sih tidak salah kan? Ya kan anak ini ya tadi
Persepsinya
pertanyaannya
yang salah.
iya
kecuali
cetak
kalau
tebal.
pertanyaannya ditambahin lawan kata dari
Dingin,
kata tebal di
dingin.
atas, nah
Iya.
baru
Nanti di bawah jawabannya tuh, Bu.
Iya,
gimana Pak?
Kalau di atas nanti di bawah jawabannya. Lawan
Oh iya,
katanya kan.
bisa jawab di bawah.
Langsung sebutin aja katanya.
Iya ya.
lawan kata
Lawan kata di atas, di bawah.
Lawan lawan kata cetak
kata
tebal
sangat
di
dingin
atas.
gitu aja kali ya.
Iya.
Beda persepsi ya.
Iya gitu. Ya, artinya di sini apa ya? Kita sebagai guru juga harus mengetahui kan tadi
Tingkat
kemampuan anak,
pemahaman anak.
pemahaman anak seperti itu. Benar sekali. Ya, silakan Bapak Ibu, siapa yang mau sharing lagi? Tadi Miss Sofi sudah, Pak Tuhu sudah. Oh iya, saya ingin bertanya, ada Miss Mary apa Miss Mary? Still still there?
Iya, iya.
Ya, tadi saya menarik nih, Miss Mary tadi disampaikan belum sergur gitu ya? Sertifikasi guru.
Belum,
Belum ya?
karena
Nah,
memang di sekolah internasional pun memang tidak ada yang namanya sertifikasi guru ya, sertifikasi guru ke sekolah swasta yang lainnya ya, Bu Miss.
kalau setahu saya sertifikasi guru itu kan semuanya ya, semua guru bisa mendapatkan. Nah, kalau setahu saya sekarang ini harusnya mendaftarkan sebagai PPG gitu deh. Jadi kalau untuk mendapatkan sertifikasi guru itu, yaitu lolos dari PPG. Betul tidak, Bapak Ibu?
Kalau yang guru swasta, syaratnya itu paling tidak Anda mengajar minimal 2 tahun, mempunyai
Iya,
NUPTK,
iya.
terdata di Dapodik,
Mm-mm.
linear dengan mata pelajaran, artinya ijazahnya itu linear gitu.
Iya.
Jadi kalau
Gimana?
negeri mungkin Pak Arif bisa jelaskan kalau di swasta seperti itu
Mm.
gitu. Dan
Gimana?
mengikuti tadi PPG tadi Bu gitu.
Iya. Gimana Miss Mary?
Oh,
Sudah terdapat.
kebetulan, ya, memang ada yang kebetulan memang di sekolah kami kayak dana bos, terus sertifikasi, PPG, itu tidak diterima sih Bu, karena memang kita punya kurikulum sendiri, kalender
Oh,
akademiknya sendiri, jadi semuanya
mm.
dari luar. Jadi kita tidak
Oh,
menerima dari pemerintahan. Karena kenapa? eh Dilihat dari muridnya yang benar-benar mereka
oh,
ada uang gitu, gitu
iya.
sih. Yang tadi.
Oh, iya.
Ah. Jadi persediaan kan, jadi katanya guru-guru tidak boleh menerima itu karena kan sebagian murid kita dari luar itu walaupun hanya diplomat berapa bulan atau berapa minggu,
Hmm,
berapa bulan di
hmm,
sekolah, jadi memang gajinya kan lumayan. Jadi tidak
hmm.
diboleh kita ikut ikut sambil
Oh,
PPG itu, gitu,
oh, iya,
gitu, Miss.
iya. Ya paham ya. Artinya di sini ya tadi kebijakan dari sekolahnya atau tadi ada peraturan lain ya sudah memenuhi ya gajinya mungkin udah bagus kan karena kan dari luar gitu. Miss. Miss. Oke. Baik, teman-teman, siapa lagi yang ingin sharing-sharing? Atau cukup? Biasanya Pak Arif. Mana Pak Arif ini, kepala sekolah?
Iya, saya pikir cukup, Bu Dokter, udah jelas.
Teman-teman yang lain bagaimana? Halo, cukup ya? Oke, baik ya. Bapak Ibu ya kita cukupkan. Oke ya, give applause untuk grup ini ya. Ada Pak Tuhu, Bu Fitri, Bu Sofi, ya dan teman-teman yang lain yang sudah berkontribusi dalam apa ya, dalam grup ini ya dalam presentasi ini. Oke, saya ke itu dulu. Go to
Presensi.
presensi.
Iya.
Pak Tuhu nanti jangan lupa ya, tolong di-share.
Sudah saya share di grup.
Oh, sudah. Oke, thank you.
Sudah.
Ini pertemuan keempat. Rasanya tidak terasa ya, sudah pertemuan keempat aja.
Terasa
Nah,
banget, Dok. Terasa banget, Dok.
Lama juga.
oh, terasa ya.
Terasa
Baik,
ngantuknya.
terasa ngantuk. Iya ya, benar. Putri Andini, ada? Putri Andini? Tidak ada. Uni Handayani?
Hadir, Ma'am.
Ya. Rahmati Kurata Aini?
Hadir, Ma'am.
Ya. Ini kok biasanya aktif nih, Rahmati?
Tadi mau narik napas, Pak Arif udah Cukup,
Oh,
oke.
Kok jadi nyalain saya nih si Emma?
Pak ya, Ari Purnama,
Siap, dokter hadir.
Liga Valiansyah ini ya sudah ke
Perjalanan. Putri
perjalanan.
Andini ada itu Bu, cuman nggak
Putri Andini
respon.
ada. heeh.
Oh ada.
Ada
Nah,
ada
saya
di Zoom.
Sofiatul Ilmah, Twini Zulia Pridayana,
Hadir, Mim.
ya, Nurlina,
Hadir, ma'am.
Hasana,
Present, ma'am.
ya, Merianti,
Hadir, Miss.
Rahayu Erlina,
Hadir, Bu.
Atifatur Rahmania,
Hadir, Bu.
Fitri Maulidia,
Present, ma'am.
Zahro Sasabila,
Ada tadi.
ada Esther Suryani,
Yes, ma'am.
Haris,
Haris ada.
ada Astri,
Ma'am.
ya, Astri Permatasari.
Hadir, Miss.
Oke. Udah semua ya teman-teman, sudah saya
Iya.
panggil ya.
Saya belum dipanggil, Mem.
Siapa?
Putri Ngawirabaya.
Oh iya bener. Putrinya ada 2.
Sebentar. Ini
Putri yang
takutnya belum.
tertukar.
Putri siapa? Tapi udah
Putri
semua.
Ngawi.
Oh iya, Putri Ngawirabaya. Ya, ya.
Ya, Mem.
Oke. Hadir semua. Ya, baik Bapak, Ibu ya. Thank you for joining my class. See you next week ya. Oke, bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Thank you, Bu.
wabarakatuh. Makasih Bu Dr. Nurjana.
Ya, sama-sama.